NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Pass to Garland. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland moving it around. Back to Strus. A three-pointer off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Mitchell wide open. Offline with his three. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Now, he feels like Darius Garland is the key to that offense. Coach said not many people can stay in front of Garland one-on-one. He's so shifty. So the rotations defensively have to be decisive and quick. And at the other end, we want to force him to work defensively. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. Mitchell outside. Taken away by Holiday. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
He's an explosive, athletic guard, and I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Pass to Strus. Now, here's Garland. Right wing. Allen, left side. 6 to shoot. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And the free ball is good.
Well, we know Mitchell can hurt you from outside the arc. The defense better recognize this moving forward.
The kick out to Tatum. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Lays it up and banks it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Doris, when the Cavaliers made the trade for Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland then began to do a lot of his work off the ball.
He had to, Kevin, and he made no secret of the fact that this was an adjustment. When you are accustomed to being the primary initiator, moving off the ball takes time. But to his credit, he's adapted beautifully.
Kicks it out to Garland. Back to Mitchell. Fires, high post. And it's White with the rebound. From deep. Trains the three-pointer. Holiday's got 8 points.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Pass to Strus. Back to Garland. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution.
1:32 left to play in the first. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. On up the court. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
The Celtics with the lead. And here's Holiday. He's got 8. To the inside. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitutions for the
pass to Cornette. And And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
.40 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Garland. Now Strus. For three, Mitchell. It's hauled in by Cornette.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
And so Garland will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They trail by 7. Mitchell right side. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Brown feeling it out a bit. Holiday has been on display for the Boston Celtics. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Celtics here in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
It's been a few years now, Doris, but it feels like point guard is the position in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, we certainly have our share of great point guards. Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they seem to be in the MVP conversation consistently. But the last couple MVPs, you look back, you've got a couple of centers. For a long time, the small forward spot dominated the game. It's really something that's in constant flux. You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Pass to Craig. Back to Tatum. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
It's tipped and stolen by Tatum. Here's Pritchard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Jerome. Still without a basket. And it's Strus missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Yep, that one goes. Pritchard's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Mobley is screened. Knocks it loose. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Takes the 13-footer. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Holiday's got 10 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Celtics.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmarish clamps thus far.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Clock at 4. Here's Pritchard. Mobley with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Outside Holiday. Evan Mobley with the rebound. The Cavaliers trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here is a guy who is not shy about sharing the basketball. If you are open, Darius Garland will find you.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Celtics leading by 8. Pass to White. From past the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. White's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Mobley a screen. Out left to the wing. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Mitchell's got 6.
You love how confident Donovan Mitchell is. In the catch-and-shoot opportunities, there's no hesitation.
Pass to Brown. Lets the three fly. And it's Strus with the rebound. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. 8-point game. And here's Strus. Launches it. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Well, nice rise and fire from range by Darius Garland. The three-point shot so highly valued.
Outside White. Outside Holiday. Over to the wing. Outside Porzingis. Fires away from outside. It's hauled in by the Cavaliers. Pass to Garland. Now here's Hunter. Back to Garland. Here's Mobley. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Celtics lead by 5. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Boston leading by 5. Outside Holiday. Down low. White. Misses in close. And so it's Cleveland with it. Doris, one of the more relentless players in the NBA, Donovan Mitchell.
Kevin, what I love about him is he loves the lead role. He feels very comfortable carrying tremendous responsibility on the offensive end. Donovan, one of the more confident players you'll meet.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Just fundamental basketball for Kristaps Porzingis. Establish yourself inside and finish with the jam.
Mitchell outside. A 3 from Strus. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Strus has got 12 points in the game. It's a close game here in Boston. Tatum looking around. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mitchell outside. Pass to Hunter. Clock at 6. Mobley is screen. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And that one is good.
You've got to play in pick and roll if you're in the NBA game. Evan Mobley, a very good screen setter and a nice roll there.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
for Celtics Entertainment.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. And the Celtics with possession here. And Doris, the Cavs had a very successful 23-24 season. 27 wins and the number 4 seed in the East.
And Kevin winning a playoff series, their first one without LeBron James since 1993. Most of the players on the floor weren't even alive back then. Incredible to think of it in that context.
It's Strus on the wing. Right side, Garland. Okoro up top. Pass to Strus. Another 3 for Cleveland.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Now Porzingis. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Now here's Hunter. Hasn't made one yet. And Mobley throws it down.
The ease with which the game comes to Evan Mobley. My goodness, it's fun watching this guy play above the rim.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. All alone.
Derek White saying it's not just the big fellas who've got some hops. I can put it down. Yes, sir.
Garland feeling it out a little bit. And stolen by White. Jumps up. And White slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
It's Brown on the wing. Back to Holiday. And Okoro pulls it down.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Mobley is screened. It's Strus on the wing. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Garland. It's 3-pointers off the mark.
And, well, when you let the shot clock run down that far, that's the kind of shot you're going to end up with.
And finished off by Brown.
Boy, what terrific body control. Jaylen Brown, so athletic, loves to compete. Love it.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Fires for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brown's got 6. And here's Strus for and the buzzer beater's good.
Yeah, that is a timely three-pointer there. They had to keep it within reach going into the 4th, and that shot allows them to do just that.
And so it's 3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Hunter with it. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Here's Allen. Back to Mitchell. It's up a 3. And Horford pulls it down. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. A shot by Pritchard, no good. Pass to Allen. Back to Hunter. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Craig. Here's Hauser. From outside, off the mark. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And that one's good. Hunter.
Solid in transition. Hunter's eyes light up when he gets a chance to finish one of those off.
Pass to Craig. Horford with it. Here's Pritchard. The layup off target. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Outside Garland. Looking for Allen. He gets it there. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And that sends Donovan Mitchell to the free throw line. That one is on Holiday. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Celtics.
They've been running away from the defense all game. I mean, loads of points here off the fast break, and the opposition just hasn't been able to adjust to that aggressive play style.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Joe Mazzulla was going over with his team. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in a tough situation. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Holiday gets the bucket.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, sipping in before the D. can rotate.
And here is Mitchell. To the paint. Kicks it out to Garland. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Tatum. Rebound, Donovan Mitchell.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Garland doesn't let the pressure get to him. That's why he has the trust of his teammates.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away.
You must have left your fancy shoes at home. One seat of food.
Boston making a switch here. Celtics trailed by 3. Tatum a screen. Puts up a deep 3. Whoa! Tatum stretching his range.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Pass to Hunter. Back to Garland. And here is Okoro. Now here's Allen. And Allen slams it in.
Boy, good heads-up basketball from Isaac Okoro, who spots a ready shooter and gets him the basketball.
It's tipped. Hunter on the wing. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. .132 left in the game. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Allen. Back to Garland. And a missed layup.
You have to love the tenacity, but also the awareness to make sure he came away with that ball.
Now Tatum, covered by Okoro. Outside Tatum. And it's sent back by Allen.
Jared Allen, a rim protector at its finest. What a hit block.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
It's White on the wing. Here's Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. This ball movement by Boston. Pass to Tatum. The tray. Beyond the arc. Boston again missing. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Jason Tatum. First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
For Cleveland. Darius Garland.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid
We're all set to bring you NBA action. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Great timing by Booker, setting up his teammate for success.
Then you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
And stolen by White. Here's Brown. And it's sent back by KD.
And how about the reach of Durant? Terrific job of having that on display defensively.
Back to Bol. It's hauled in by Brown. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's Tatum. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Oh, the control Tatum plays with is just mesmerizing.
Knocks it loose. Booker outside. Outside, Beal. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
He gets it in there.
Jason Tatum.
Tatum's got his second basket.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Booker's shot is good.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Outside Tatum. The kick out to Brown. And it's off from three-point range. Bol with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. Pass to Richards. Back to Bol. Out to KD. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. It's good.
And we mentioned Durant's scoring ability often, but they're showing how good of a passer he can be.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to talk to his guys. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Tatum's shot is off.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now here's Durant. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Durant's shot is good.
He's just too long and lanky. Durant can go through you or around on the inside.
And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again? KD is right at the top of that list.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
For three, Booker. Rebound, Boston.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Booker up top. The tray. Drains it from beyond the arc. Booker's got 5.
Every chance he gets, Booker willing to take that shot. A consistent three-point shooter.
Pass to Tatum. Back to Holiday. Here's Tatum. Fires from deep. The rebound by Richards.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
The finish, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
A long defender with great timing. Porzingis knows how to disrupt an offense's flow.
Here's Booker. It drops for his third basket. He's missed only one shot.
and they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Tatum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 6.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
And here's Booker. 7 points in the game. It could go. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. It's all tied in Phoenix. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
13.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Kicks it out to Booker. Outside, KD. Shoots over Brown. And it's Phoenix scoring again. And as a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Back to Tatum. Fires the three. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got 14.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And Stan, as he enters his prime, Jason Tatum is shooting to become the face of the NBA.
Yeah, and Kevin, he knows winning is the key. For a star player on a great team, learning that balance, when to take over and when to set up your teammates is a big part of it.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat, but a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Booker looking around. It's Durant on the wing. Steps back and shoots. Connects, the jumper drops. He's got 8.
And that bucket by KD is why he is so lethal. Durant can straight up save possession.
Here's Tatum. The kick out to Holiday. It's Brown on the wing.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
From deep. Hits it from three-point range. Brown's got the lead up to 5 now for the Celtics.
And Brown can score from anywhere, which is what makes him a big problem for the defense.
And you know who? Devin Booker.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Holiday. Beal with the steal. It's tipped. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Richards, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And you got to respect Booker. I mean, he's added to his game every year and becoming a more willing passer.
Tatum gets the bucket.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
Booker outside. It's up a three. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Into the lane, Tatum. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by the Suns. KD with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. So they take the lead. Durant's got 11 points.
KD could sit out there all day and nail threes if the defense lets him.
Pass to Porzingis. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Out to White. Beyond the arc. Brown outside. In the corner. Tatum with it. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Tatum's got 21. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for Boston. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. Right back after this break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Craig in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
They don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Bull.
Tricky move by Brown inside, making sure he gets the whistle and completes his motion.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Pass to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
Now, that's just too easy for Bull. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Brown down low. He's got 7. Lets it go with a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Brown's got 4 this quarter.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Pass to Bull. Back to Plumlee. Over Craig. Plumlee, no luck. Boston leading by 4. Here's Brown. And again, it's Boston converting.
Well, you got to know the scouting report on Brown. He's solid cashing in from the mid-range.
Jones for 3. Rebound by the Celtics. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
Kicks it out to Allen. Outside, Jones. Just 5 on the clock. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
A shot by Pritchard, no good. Suns trail by 8. Allen, left side. Driving in. Shot to stop the run. Stripped away. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
Yeah, we know Brown loves some aerial theatrics, and he really went all out there.
Hole with it, and it's Horford picking him up. Back to Plumlee. Kicks it out to Allen. Phoenix, no good that time either. Celtics leading by 10. Here's Shireman. Pass to Horford. Shot's good. Brown making the play.
And folks, this is Horford in his zone. Wasn't going to let that opportunity slip away.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. They are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
The kick out to Brown. And that's a foul called on Bol Bol. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Third team foul. Substitution for your Suns, Nick Richards.
There's 1:26 left to play here in the third. The kick out to Brown. 6 to shoot. Over Durant. And it's Brown missing. Suns trail by 10. KD with it. And it's Horford picking him up. In close, Durant gets the bucket.
There's no limit to what KD can do scoring the basketball.
Pick by Horford. Pass to Brown. Now, here's Craig. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Durant. Nice move. And he sinks the layup. KD's got 15.
And we're so used to seeing KD light it up from outside. Found great positioning and then delivers.
Driving the lane. Pass to Horford. Here's Shireman. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A shot by Pritchard, no good. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for Phoenix. They trail by 6.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Now here's Beal. Still scoreless. Here's Richards. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Outside Tatum. Just 3 on the clock. And the dunk by Tatum.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's the Boston Celtics with their lead standing at 6 points. This fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Suns trail by 6. They set the pick. Takes the 13-footer. No good from Booker. outside Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
The assist.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Durant, that's good. And that's 17 points for KD.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Tatum looking around for three. The three from Tatum.
This is why Tatum is a volume three-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Booker, no good.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And the dunk by Tatum.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. The shake. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Stolen by Durant. Pass to Booker. It's out ahead and finishes the job. Devin Booker.
And this is how you convert in transition. Booker running the floor well and being rewarded for it.
Here's Tatum, and he converts the layup.
Jason Tatum.
Tatum's got 9 points here in the second half. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Shot from the top of the key. Durant with the steal. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Beal gets a wide open look. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics leading by 11. Drives to the hoop. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Tatum. He has some ups, and I love seeing him trying to electrify the crowd.
Durant just inside the line. Good. A nice assist from Booker. KD's got 4 this quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. That shot, no good. Done with some nice D. Lets it go from the wing. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Here are the Celtics with the ball. There's the 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Outside for Beal. On the wing, Booker. Launches it. That doesn't go, but he's 5 for 11. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. The rebound by Richards.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Boston.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jason Tatum.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Pass to Tatum. "19 seconds left."
That'll be 8 seconds.
In the fourth quarter of this one.
Great to have you with us for the playoffs on 2K Sports. It's game one. We're ready to tip. Off in just moments. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. You take a look at the Timberwolves.
Well, more than anything, they're looking to avoid a letdown. Sometimes you get home court advantage and you maybe take your foot off the pedal a little. But they do not want to start slow and give their opponent confidence.
So it's Oklahoma City now, following the score by Minnesota. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Pass to Durant. 6 on the shot clock. He shoots it, and he buries his first look.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked Coach what the game plan is for Kevin Durant. They remarked, hope KD misses a few shots. A 7-footer with his skill should be illegal. Durant is a legend, but our guys are hyped to face off with it. Let's see if their energy can slow Durant down a little bit, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that.
A great job to establish position and square up.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Thompson over Brooks. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the evening. Second free throw, no good. Here are the Thunder with the ball. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Thompson with it. Checked by Brooks. Pass to Ellis. On the wing, Thompson. Clock at 6. Out of bounds of the Oklahoma City's ball. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires it from 18. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
This guy is an absolute scorer from anywhere on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doing work in the mid-range.
And it's Thompson penetrating. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? The kick to Durant. Count it.
So out of the gates, 3 for 3, exactly what they're looking for.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Screen by Eason. Back to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Screen by Wiseman. Lets it go from deep. And that's good. Kevin Durant for 3. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Pass to Ware. Back to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Wiseman. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the layup for 2.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Ware. Thompson in the post. On the wing, Thompson. Up and over Brooks. Thompson shot is off. Thunder leading by 4. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Durant, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
The athleticism of Thompson showing up right there. I mean, just explosive off the bounce.
Pass to Wiseman. Screen by Durant. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Minnesota shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Thompson outside. Pass to Ware. Out to Thompson. Here's Ware. Brooks defending. Ware, that's good. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Nice shot by Durant. Durant's got 9.
Another lead change. Give these teams credit. They're really fighting it out.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
32 seconds left in the first. Pass to Wiseman. Durant inside. He's off on the layup.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Thompson outside. Outside Eason. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep. Here's Wiseman. What a performance for Asar Thompson. He has been the story for Minnesota, hunting for opportunities. And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. All right, let's quickly break down the game. What we've seen so far from the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And Minnesota with some changes. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Sims. 5 on the clock. A rebound by Ware. And the Timberwolves with possession here.
First team foul. Substitution on court.
Here's Toure. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Toure. Going inside. Pass to Christie. Just 5 to shoot. To the paint. Picked it out of midair. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside. And he dunks it down.
Well, you see that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an excellent decision maker. Such a dependable catalyst for this offense.
Here's Toure. Pass to Christie. To the wing on the left. Here's Toure. The rebound by Bogdanovich. Down low. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. To the right side. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
Man, I'll say this. I mean, the mid-range jumper has been a huge weapon for them offensively. Just tremendous so far.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Minnesota shooting their 4th attempt at the line tonight.
Well, you talk about a guy who is a great rim runner. You're talking about Thomas Bryant. He's also able to make that face-up jump shot. Thomas Bryant just needs to stay healthy.
Pass to Toure. There's the 3. Buries it from 3. Turay's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
Outside Bogdanovich. They set the pick. From deep. The Thunder with another miss. Minnesota in the lead. Pass to Christie. From downtown. Kept alive. Here's Turay. Kicks it out to Bryant. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Out to the right wing. Pass to Sims. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Picked by Bogdanovich. 6 to shoot. And there's the call on Tari Eason. That's his first foul of the game.
And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Kispert grabs a miss.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Here he goes. Here's Turay. And the layup is good off the glass. Turay's got 5 points in the quarter.
When you use it right, the pump fake's as effective a move as there is.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
They're looking to do something to stop this run. They have to get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
City making a switch here. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution report.
On defense, the Timberwolves. Screen by Durant. Shot clock at 6. They need this. Durant owning the inside.
We call that the ultimate high percentage look for one of the most efficient scorers ever. KD in the house.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious. Takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Minneapolis. A minute 22 left to play in the second quarter. Here's Turay. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. To the middle. Here's Durant. And it's Durant with the finish.
Boy, how about the finish by Kevin Durant? Just gets up with such ease.
Out to Thompson. And Durant with the block. And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. The Thunder making a switch here. Here's Teray. He's got 7. Shot clock at 5. The layup misses.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Outside Durant. Pass to Drummond. Back to Durant. Drummond with the screen. Fires, high post. Minnesota with a rebound. Thompson outside. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Thompson's got 11 points.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Minnesota up 2. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Brooks. Oh, it's stolen by Eason. Here's Thompson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Second chance shot. And so he draws the foul, heading to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Dylan Brooks.
He took the contact and had an opportunity to drain it.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The three. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
Boy, the more you watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander play, the more he shows you the aspects of his game just getting better and better and better.
And he makes all 3.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brooks. Minnesota with the ball. Thompson with it. Checked by Brooks. Pass to Christie. Thompson outside. Pocket 4. Outside Eason. Fires the 3. The Thunder pull it in. And a pass break now for the Thunder. Oh, KD flying in to cap off the break.
It's not just that Kevin Durant scores it. It is the efficiency with which he does it. This guy, you can lean into him on the offensive end.
Thompson outside. And he goes big with the dunk right over Kevin Durant.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim.
That's the ability to see the game a step forward. Durant has it and makes his teammate look good.
Outside Eason. Pass to Ellis. Thompson outside. Brooks with the rebound.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
It's tipped. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander sinks it from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points in the quarter. Here's Thompson. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
And meeting those expectations. I mean, this is what we all wanted to see from Thompson on offense.
Inside. Here's Durant. Durant powers through the contact to finish inside.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
On the wing, Thompson. He's got 16. Here's Ware. Out to Thompson. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Here's Salas. Oh, the Thunder, another three.
I just love the ball movement.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Here's Teray. He has 7. Here's Thompson. Nice move. And the layup is up and in. Thompson's got 18.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Pass to Teray.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left in the third. Eason can't get it to go.
Man, just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. He's got 10. Now Brooks, defended by Eason. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Sims. And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
All right. Come on, get up.
Thunder making a change here.
Make some noise.
.133 left in the third quarter. The Thunder with another miss.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
And it's Thunder's ball. They're on a 15-6 run. The rebound by Ware. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Teray. .105 left in the third quarter. Uneasy 2 on the layup. Teray's got 9.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 10 points for him. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul. Pass to Sims. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. Poke loose. Okogie on the wing. No points yet. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ooh, Shea showing no fear inside.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Here's Teray. From outside, off the mark. Here's Okogie. Launches it. The putback. And so it's Oklahoma City finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's all due to their ability to...
44.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Teray. Off target from outside. Pass to Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Boy, power play by Andre Drummond. He has made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
Sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play can spark his groove.
Pass to Durant. And here's Drummond. Out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
Here's Teray. Screen by Eason. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Pass to Ware. Oh, wow! Incredible! Boom! He jams it straight down.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
That was sweet. Now Durant. Katie jams it straight down.
Yet another monster night for Kevin Durant, one of the best scoring forwards in the history of the game.
Here's Teray. Takes it inside. Oh!
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Down low. Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. Here's Teray. For 3. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mark Daigneault had some words for his team over the last break. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
And Allie, thanks. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Cannot believe he missed that one. Ooh, I'm sure he can't either.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Has to wear. Banked it in off the glass.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we've talked about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Thunder.
You have to be a fan of the energy they played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
There's a screen. Left side Eason. Fires for three. Sends it home from three-point land.
This is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Timberwolves trail by 4. Here's Toure. And a miss there on the triple.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Eason pulls it in. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Toure. They set a pick. Knocks it loose. Has to wear. Here's Toure. Thompson right side. 2 on the clock. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. Eason pulls it in. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Toure. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Oklahoma City now. Gilgeous-Alexander. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
A minute 6 left to play in the fourth. Pass to Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same. And largely a no-show right here.
Toure.
Count it! Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
To the paint. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Money.
And that could really be the game-changing moment.
I agree. What a turn of events.
If anyone wants to know where the momentum turned, that may have been it right there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Pass to Sims. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Durant. They set the screen. Shoots over Thompson. Oh, no good! And now we've got an intentional foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
That's what you call slamming the door. This one is over.
And the Thunder call time here. 3 seconds left in the game. All right, guys, what's your take?
It's going to be tough. They've got to get a quick hoop and then immediately foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. The shot no good. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. And they start out the postseason with a bang. A big-time
Welcome, everyone, to Game 2 of this exciting NBA playoff series. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves facing the Oklahoma City Thunder. You look at the Thunder. They couldn't get it done on the road in Game 1. Now with their backs against the wall, can they tie the series here at home?
And, you know, in a short series, you better find a way to ramp your game up, to really up the ante in terms of intensity. You can't wait around to try and peel the team out. You got to bring the noise from the get-go.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And his first shot of the game, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Thompson for three.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wiseman. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Minnesota ball.
Now Thompson. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
Pass to Durant. And here's Wiseman. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Christie with the rebound. Thompson with it. Guarded now by Durant. Thompson outside. This one for three. And it's Thompson again missing. Here's Wiseman. That one goes. Count it.
And listen, we know Wiseman has a nice outside game, but inside there aren't too many guys who can match up with him physically.
Back to Thompson. Stolen by Durant. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play. Then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Lets it go with the three. Christie can't make it.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shea does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Kicks it out to Ellis to end the run. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Thompson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the try.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Thompson. Brooks grabs the board. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice move. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Kicks it out to Ellis. Back to Thompson. Eason, the screen. Second chance effort. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Minnesota shooting their first free throw of the evening. Thunder trailing by 3. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the first. Good on the three-point shot.
Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has such great synergy with his teammates.
There's Ellis with the 3-ball. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ellis has got 6.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Down low. Power down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shai has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Eason, the screen. Here's Thompson, and he banks in the layup. He's got 14.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
There's the pick. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. What a performance for Ausar Thompson. He has been the story for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all. And we welcome you back to 2K Sports coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Here's Traore. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the
a triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. It's stolen by Bryant. Here's Traore. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now it's an 8-point Timberwolves lead. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Crafty move. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
There's so many ways Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can create for this offense. He's becoming one of the top scorers in the game.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either. Pass to KD. Second chance shot. In close. Durant gets the bucket.
They call that the ultimate high percentage look for one of the most efficient scorers ever. KD in the house.
Here's Traore. He's got 7. With the shot. KD's shot is off.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistakes.
And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. Pass to Okogie. KD a screen. Oklahoma City moving it around. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Eason. 2 on the clock. Thompson with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 6. Out to the right wing. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And there's the drive. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
So fast of foot, on the run, Asir, tough to catch.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it from 3-point range.
Listen, this guy is not the most dangerous threat from there, but you have got to honor the shooting a little bit.
Pass to Eason. Here's Traore. From the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Now here's Durant. Here's Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
Oh, that's a big man move by Wiseman. Roughing up the D with that emphatic finish.
Traore. It's rebounded by Durant.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, this is about unselfishness. Kevin Durant is a great scorer, but right now he's getting his teammates cooking.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Traore. 7 points in the game. A minute 42 left to play here in the half. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
To the middle. It's intercepted. Here we go, 1-on-1. We've got 1:13 left in the first half. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And he's able to get it back. Ellis can't get it to go.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Sims. And he drops it in from the low post. Sims has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that's beautiful touch on the floater. And let's remember, not everyone has that shot in their arsenal.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 1. Pass to Sims. Three-pointer. And Ware pulls it down. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Traore. 9 points in the game so far. Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Minnesota on top. They're up by 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Trailing by 3. To the paint. Harris inside. Minnesota with the rebound. Here's Traore. With the drive. Back to Eason. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander. Right wing. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's a screen. Eason grabs the board. Timberwolves leading by 3. From outside the arc, drains the three-pointer. Traore's got 14 points.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Inside, and taken away by Ellis. Fast break, Minnesota. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Traore's shot is on. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Salas. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside. Sims. From about 19 feet. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Boy, that makes him 0 for 3 to start the second half. Not the start you were hoping for here.
Offensive rebound. Here's Traore. A three-pointer is right on target. Traore's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. On offense, here are the Thunder. Still looking for their first bucket of the second half. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Harris inside. Can't convert the two-handed jam.
Great contest by the defender. But that's a dunk. You've got to put down in his face.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So it's the Timberwolves now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. They set the pick. The drive by Thompson.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 10-point game. Outside, KD. Pass to Wiseman. And finished off by Wiseman.
Well, Durant's such a tough cover in the pick and roll. He will take what the defense gives him. In that instance, nice pass.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Here's Thompson. Brooks covering. And here's Thompson. He's got 17. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a T-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Pass to Okogie. Outside Durant. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point territory, Eason grabs the board. Timberwolves leading by 10. Durant with the steal. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The drive by Thompson. Can't cash in from close range. To the paint. Here's Wiseman. That's tipped. One-on-one here. Here's Christie. Out to Thompson. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. And Thompson throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Thompson right side. Ellis outside. From deep. Kept alive. Pass to Christie. Here's Ware. For Brooks. The shot's good. Ware's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves.
And boy, he can see blood in the water attacking a somewhat helpless team right now.
Well, you love that there's no let-up in how they're playing. They want to dominate every aspect, including second-chance points.
Back to KD. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Jacks up a three. Rebound, Minnesota. It's Thompson off the drive. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And so it's Minnesota ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Timberwolves leading by 9. And it's Thompson with the jam.
You know, they barely needed other contributions. This lead has been built through his offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Ellis. And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. Thompson with it. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. Under trailing by 13. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to KD. Pass to Drummond. Back to KD. Durant driving the lane. Here's Thompson. No good on the shot. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Durant with the drive.
It is unfair that a 7-footer can be that smooth, that agile off the bounce. Kevin Durant doing some nice work.
Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Okogie. Here's KD. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, power play by Andre Drummond. He has made a career out of stress testing the rims.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Christie. Lobbed up there for Thompson. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
Great job preventing that ball from coming into the post. Might have been an easy two if the defense wasn't there.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, he told his guys not to get comfortable. He said, so we've got a little breathing room. So what? That's no reason to slow down out there. He wants them to keep the effort up. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. The Thunder making a switch here. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Traore. For three. The offensive rebound.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Again, the Thunder score.
And this offensive explosion has narrowed the gap.
Pass to Christie. Here's Traore. Here he goes. No good again that time. Thunder trailing by 5. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge. Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
And that bucket should stop the bleeding.
Drills it from outside.
Oh, great ball movement there.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Thompson. Lays it up and banks it in. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
To the wing on the left. Here's Salas. They grab their own miss. Count it.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Probably the most important thing is they regroup. They worked out some of their frustrations, and now they're starting to have some fun.
Torrey's shot is on.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's Brooks on the wing. Screen by Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Salas.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention?
Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
And finished off by Wiseman.
And capable of delivering when his name is called. Wiseman enjoys getting the chance to come through in the clutch.
.59 left in the fourth quarter. Traoré. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment. Well, we know Kevin Durant is one of the elite players in the NBA. If there's a big shot to be made, he wants to take it.
He got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. And stolen by Eason. The Thunder pull it in. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Wiseman. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
And the sheer size of Wiseman is hard to deal with inside. Forcing the defense to compromise with the foul.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Well, in a game this tight, you can't overlook how important those free throws could be.
There's Traoré.
You've got to be kidding.
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. So I'm looking at the clock. And, guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead. So you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
Simmons. It falls!
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Guys, what are their best options now?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
So Chris Finch calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
And guys, it all comes down to this one shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. A big playoff win for them, but what isn't, Greg, big in the postseason, huh?
Great point. I really just love the composure with which they played tonight. It's easy to get too keyed up for postseason basketball, but they kept their heads and just went about the business of winning.
Well, that'll do it, folks. Glad you could join us for the Western Conference semifinals.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to Game 3 of an exciting playoff series here on 2K Sports. Hi, folks. Brian Anderson here, alongside two fantastic analysts, Grant Hill and Brent Barry at the table, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. We'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. You look at the Timberwolves.
Well, it all comes down to this one game. What a series it's been. The excitement in the air is palpable. I can't wait to see how this team responds in front of this hometown crowd.
Now here's Thompson. Pass to Ellis. Back to Thompson. Here's Ware. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
Selfless play there by Thompson, recognizing when someone has a better look than he does.
Here's Salas. He shoots it. Durant's shot is off.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Out to the wing. Here's Christie. Connects from downtown.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Inside. Here's Wiseman. Rebound, Minnesota.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. I asked him about the many difficulties that Kevin Durant presents to a defense, and Coach said with most guys you can force them left or right or send help. With Kevin, he can always shoot over the top of you. Sometimes you feel helpless in that regard. Not a lot of solutions for a 7-foot sharpshooter, guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's Durant. Fires in the triple.
KD really just rising up against anybody. That height and length makes him so dangerous.
Pass to Ware. Here's Ellis. To the middle. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
To the inside. Here's Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
And Wiseman will go vertical.
On the wing, Thompson. Beyond the arc. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Pass to Wiseman. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
It's tough because you want to bump Wiseman and you want to be physical, but he's long as well, and so that range, that helps him too.
The Timberwolves trail. Thompson outside. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Six to shoot. Unloads from 13. Oh, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Lets it go from the wing. Ellis with a rebound.
He loved to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Was unable to do so.
Pass to Christie. Here's Ellis. Here's Ware. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
Come on, B.A. He sure can run.
Graham, that's as good as it gets. One of the best in the league.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Thompson. Clock at 6. There's the drive, the shot, and there's the rejection.
The strong defense from Brooks, using his instincts there to come away with the block.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
Right side, Easton. Second chance shot. Ware, that's good. Ware's got 8.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
To the paint. And it's Wiseman with the jam. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Thompson attacking. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, it wasn't a pretty start for him, but now he's got a bucket to build on.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Nails it from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket on the night.
SGA from way out there, knocking down the 3.
Thompson. Soft touch off the glass.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Up top, Wiseman. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He's got 5. Here's Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Now here's Thompson. Count the basket. Thompson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Pass to Durant. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Brooks with it. Outside Durant. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
And things are always changing throughout a game. Teams have to adjust on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Here's Teray. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter. Continuing our coverage of the Western Conference semifinals. Glad to have you back. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Timberwolves?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan. Now they're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Pass to Easton. Here's Teray. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Out of bounds. It'll be Thunder ball. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Plenty of space. Easton pulls it in. Here's Teray. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 points in the game. Down low. Here's Brooks. That was good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And it's a 4-point Oklahoma City lead. Tipped away. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Look at Gilgeous-Alexander sprinting to the cup.
Credit to the quick hands of Okogie just sparking that sequence.
Here's Teray. No points yet. Bryant outside. Here's Easton. From outside, off the mark.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
To the middle. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play. Right now playing with tons of intensity.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on court.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Into the lane. Teray, no good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Here's Teray. Buries it from 3.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3. The offensive rebound. On the wing, Durant. Goes back up. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
I just love the ball.
Here's Teray. Pass to Bryant. Here's Christie. Here's Teray. Just 5 on the clock. Bryant, no good.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Drummond inside. To the paint. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Teray. He's got 5. Takes it inside. And a two-handed jam.
And that's got to hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Both teams will make substitutions. 1:53 left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Sims. The rebound by Ware. Timberwolves trail by 5. Thompson with it. Durant covering. Inside. Here's Sims. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Thompson goes in. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Teray. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
driving to the basket. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. "36 seconds left in the second period. Durant for three. That shot off. And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 12-4 run. To the left wing. Pass to Toure. Here's Ware. Just 5 to shoot. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Second free throw, no good. Pass to Durant. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by a bucket. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And welcome back to our coverage of Game 3 on 2K Sports. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
First 2 fouls.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiseman. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Here's Thompson. Uses the glass on the layup. Thompson's got 8.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA doing his thing in close.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
The 3 from Thompson. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander takes the contact.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
And there's a pick. And it's Thompson penetrating. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Here's Durant. Second shot opportunity. Oh, look at Wiseman. All the tools inside.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Thompson outside. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. That's his 4th miss out of 10 attempts. And there's the whistle. And I think that was a clear path. Foul there. Yep, the offense will get one shot at the line and retain possession. Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That one's off. And he ends up missing both free throws.
Now, first and foremost, it's the athletic ability and that raw talent. It's there for Asar Thompson. He's just got to keep developing and refining all the little micro skills.
They set the pick. Here's Toure. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Salas. Shot clock at 6. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. That's good. And so Durant with the assist.
Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Eason. From behind the arc. Sinks it from distance. Eason's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Durant. To the inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Durant.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Pass to Toure. Thompson outside. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Here's Eason.
Fire inside of KD, wanting to be his best in every phase of the game, including the defensive end.
Shoots over Thompson. Durant with the bucket. Durant's got 7 points in the game.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Here's Toure. They get it back. Eason. Here's Ware. Back to Eason. Thompson outside. Inside. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. They've led by as much as 10. And an intentional foul right there. Oklahoma City making a switch here.
Second team foul. Fouling substitution.
A minute 39 left in the third quarter of the game. And there's the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. Offline from the high post. Timberwolves trail by 5. Now here's Thompson. 10 points for him. Here's Toure. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
Well, they've been fantastic tonight, really enforcing giveaways and getting scores on the other end. I mean, you get a few more possessions like that, your confidence grows, you win that turnover battle.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
43 seconds left in the third. Pass to Sims. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Six on the shot clock. Here's Sims. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it. .23 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Toure. He's got 16. Pass to Ware. To the middle. Here's Christie. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Great job setting him up. The timing of the pass was key.
Picked it. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over.
You could really see his squad was losing steam. Smart timeout to give them a breather.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Here's Teray. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good. Tie game in Minnesota. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Teray. 5 on the clock to take the lead. That one's true, and that's 9 for 12 for him now.
Well, that equals his three-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first three of this half.
There's a screen. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Counted. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Revenge. Alexander coming right back for three of his own.
Screen by Eason. Here's Teray. Thompson outside. Pass to Ware. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
Well, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
On defense, the Timberwolves. 2-point game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Minnesota with the ball. And now we've got an intentional foul. Oklahoma City making a switch here.
First team foul.
And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Teray for three. A rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And here they come. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
So it's Oklahoma City. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him.
A great job to establish position and square up.
Here's Teray. And that one is hammered home.
Get up there, young fella. Sometimes as a point guard, you got to take it yourself.
Well, it's okay to be selfish when you can flush it like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Down low. Ware. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
Going inside. Teray, that's good. Sure Ray's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander creative and tricky on that play.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch was going over with his team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his third foul so far. Here's Teray. Off the mark there with a three.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Oh, they pick off the pass. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Thompson. Oh,
yes, sir.
Wow.
Stepping up, Asar Thompson sensing the moment.
Outside Durant. They set a pick. Pass to Brooks. 5 to shoot. Ooh, poked away. Here's Teray. And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll get him his fourth foul of the game. .157 left in the game. And he drives in. And that one good. And now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
The basket counts, and one. He'll go to the line, a chance at a three-point play.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers. You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
We've got 1:28 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pass to Thompson. 6 to shoot. That shot, no good. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. Shai with a step. Now Brooks. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Easton with a steal. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Fearless, determined Thompson in pure attack mode in the clutch.
Outside Durant. There's 47 seconds left to the fourth quarter. Tries yet again. And it's in. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
Despite a laid-back nature, Durant demands the ball in crunch time. This is why.
The PA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. And he sinks it. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Good on the first. And that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
Big free throws right there to make this a 2-possession game.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Gilgeous-Alexander. He connects.
And SGA is used to bearing these kind of big-time shots. Just an outstanding leader for this team.
Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 4-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They trail by 4. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Here's Durant, driving in. Money.
And how smart, just get the ball to KD and get out of the way.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder able to keep possession. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Sims. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And so both free throws good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Here's Eason. Can't get it to fall. And so the Minnesota Timberwolves take the series and are moving on. And really, any win is a big win here in the postseason.
Yeah, every game counts now, and there's no second chances. So they must be pleased with the results.
Time for us to say goodbye. We hope you enjoyed our second round coverage of the NBA Western Conference playoffs.